Today in Portland, Oregon, city councillors caught in an ethics storm. Mayor Wilson stirs controversy, and TriMet's safety team demands change. Buckle up, folks. I'm Vixie Steele. Welcome to Loud and Local in Portland. First up, Portland councillors under scrutiny for attending a high-cost event at the Moda Centre. Here's the deal. On June 24, councillors Olivia Clark and Loretta Smith went to the Portland Metro Chamber annual meeting at Moda. Tickets were about $350 a pop. Oregon's gift limit for public officials is $50 from a single source if it has a legislative interest. That is the line in the sand. Exemptions exist for Chamber of Commerce events when you attend in an official capacity, but they also skipped a public meeting to be there. The event featured talks on taxpayer funding for Moda Centre renovations, exactly the kind of thing the council will be lobbied on and vote on. A complaint landed at the Oregon Government Ethics Commission on July 2, and OGEC is reviewing whether those comps were legal and whether the optics cross into conflict of interest territory. This is the tension. Public duty versus private benefits. The moment perks creep in, trust bleeds out. For real, $350 is not a soda and a pretzel. That is a premium seat, while folks are outside protesting the very public subsidies being pitched inside. I've had it with this fucking nonsense. Public officials should know better. Moving on before I break something. Mayor Keith Wilson's newsletter mess. He decided to dunk on a Blazers fan and local critic, Edan Krolovich. Krolovich runs Rip City, Not Rip Off, and has been tracking the Moda lease and pushing for transparency. He emailed Wilson back on June 16th asking for a meeting and urging a deal that does not raid the city's clean energy funds. The mayor's June 25 newsletter then painted him as a tech bro and an opportunist. Real classy. Look, the question on the table is whether public money should cover arena renovations and under what terms. Citizens digging into documents and numbers is exactly the kind of engagement that makes deals better. You don't have to agree with the guy, but mischaracterizing a constituent who is asking for an accountable deal is a bad look. It chills the conversation we actually need. Call me when people grow a spine. Transparency should not be mocked. And now on to another disaster. Portland's police oversight funding tug-of-war. 6 members of the Community Board for Police Accountability fired off a warning about a budget ordinance that would reallocate underspent funds, including money tied to the Office of Community-Based Police Accountability. The pitch from Council Vice President Olivia Clark and others is simple. Save city jobs by patching shortfalls with underspent funds. Sounds tidy on paper, but in reality you start raiding oversight cash and chip at the independence voters demanded in 2020, and you invite a charter fight and legal headaches. To be fair, budgets are ugly right now, but the CBPA is not a slush fund. It exists to keep law enforcement honest. You pull that thread and trust unravels fast. Unbelievable, but not surprising. Accountability should never be compromised. Alright, let's keep this train wreck rolling. Moneyball at the Moda Centre. The arena opened in 1995 as the Rose Garden. The city of Portland took ownership early in 2024. Now we are staring down about $600 million in renovations to keep the building top tier. The Trailblazers made the playoffs this year for the first time since 2021. Energy and hopes are up, and owner Tom Dundon, who bought the team in 2025, is pushing hard for state-of-the-art upgrades while putting in none of his own cash. That is the posture. Frugal to the bone. The guy wouldn't even spring for special edition playoff shirts. That tells you the negotiating style. Meanwhile, the city earns from bookings, parking, and a cut of ticket sales. The team and the building have a real economic footprint, but the exact impact is messy math. Here is the bind. Spend big to keep a legacy franchise and an events machine, or risk the team walking after 2030 when the horizon gets dicey. Public opinion is split. Some say invest to protect jobs, culture and revenue. Others say no public dime for billionaire sports economics. I shouldn't have to say this, but here we fucking are. The city deserves better than a take-it-or-leave-it shuffle. Quick rewind to that Metro Chamber event on June 24 at Moda, the one with Governor Tina Kotek and Dundon on stage. It was supposed to pump the crowd for public investment, but the vibe was flat inside, while outside the Democratic Socialists of America led protests against any taxpayer cash for the arena. That split screen is Portland right now. A posh fundraiser where the highlight might have been the catering, and a street full of people saying, "Stop subsidizing billionaires." Bloody hell. Next up, TriMet's safety response team is done with the status quo. This crew launched in 2021, unarmed, trained to de-escalate and connect riders with services. Since 2023, they have been managed by Portland Patrol Incorporated under a 3-year contract. Workers say low pay and rough conditions are burning them out. They have been pushing to unionize with SEIU Local 49. PPI has refused to recognize or discuss the union. That stonewall is fueling a louder call. Replace the contractor.
Here's what gets me. Many SRT members have lived experience with mental health, addiction and homelessness, which makes them effective on trains and platforms. Respect where it's due. Now TriMet is reviewing contracts amid a budget shortfall, so management changes are on the table. This is one of those decisions that either stabilises the safety programme or kneecaps it. Can someone explain why this bullshit is allowed? Workers deserve support.
So what's the through line here? Today is a masterclass in priorities. Ethics rules exist for a reason. Oversight money is not a piggy bank. Arena deals should be transparent. And people doing frontline safety work need a fair shake. I mean, how hard is that? Jesus Christ!
And that's today's dose of reality from Loud and Local with Vixie Steele in Portland.
Go do something useful and come back tomorrow.